Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Weltklasse 2020-26 press conference. I'm Colin Jackson. I'm lucky enough to be the moderator today for you all, and join me upon here your two meet directors, Christoph and Andreas. We had a little bit of a conversation yesterday because we did another press conference yesterday for the women's pole vault, which went wonderfully well, and they told us all sorts of secrets what's going to go on, so I'm expecting a great competition later. I also told them that I'd never been to watch them at the railway station, which they were very offended at, so I'm going to make amends, and I'm going today to the railway station to make sure I watch the women's pole vault. But gentlemen, Christoph, I can start with you. Today has been already a little bit exciting because on the commercial side of things, we've been active already. I know you did a little bit of a tour with Zika, who are one of our new partners for the Diamond League Weltklasse. How did that go?
Yeah, it's always nice when you have new partners who are interested in your sports, especially on the global level, like Red Bull or Zika, to mention two of them. And it shows that we can also compete against other sports, because it's always a competition, not only on the track or at the main station, also commercially. And it's very nice to see how athletics developed over the years and has a global fan base.
It's working wonderfully well. I know it went well for you today. They were very happy because I literally followed you right straight after that. So that was fantastic too. Andreas, on the sporting side of things, of course, we're at that moment where you have already spent all the money that he's gained for us. Now we're talking about some of the great athletes. We've had a few dropouts previously, but nothing has happened overnight that we're concerned about.
Not to be concerned about, but this is daily business in my position. So I had to replace an athlete this morning. Was lucky, it was in the men's long jump, but nothing major. But yeah, that happens. That's daily business.
Lots of times people sometimes don't quite understand how these dropouts happen and when they happen, but it could be for any reasons. Athletes get sick, they trip up, they have mistakes.
Yeah, we have also a pole vaulter that was supposed to compete tonight that picked up a cold, so she was not able to compete. So these things happen. Other things happen, like issues in a training that can happen as well. So Neeraj Chopra, for instance, he just injured the day after his competition in Lausanne, where he threw amazing. And next day, he just twisted his ankle. So very unfortunate, but means he will not be present tomorrow.
On the commercial side then, Christoph, we don't have those type of issues, hopefully, right? We don't have partners that drop out overnight.
No, hopefully not.
So what are they really looking forward to? When we're selling the brand of Weltklasse, what do we expect them to appreciate and see? Not just great athletics, is it? It's a whole set of hospitality.
You mean tomorrow? Or?
Yeah.
Yeah, we want to welcome not only the athletes, but the second important element are the spectators in the stands or on the seats. And this is where we put most effort in, to be honest, all year round to excite them about athletics. And we are very proud this year that we sold out the stadium in 45 minutes. Last year it took longer, 2 hours, but we set a new record. And this shows the interest in our sport. And of course, you need commercial partners, the VIPs. And I know from UBS, our main sponsor, the CEO, it's her favorite event of all the hundreds of events she has. And this is kind of good when you're on the top level, C-level, and they really block out everything, also their international strategy meetings, to be here. This is a good sign.
It's a very good sign. Now, I know that you guys are busy. You have a full day of stuff, I'm going to say, to be doing. I will not keep you any longer because we've got some fantastic athletes who I'm pretty sure these guys want to have a word with. So thank you very much for joining us, Andreas and Christoph. Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you. So we've seen where the foundations are coming from, really, with our two great meet directors there. But I guess the real deal is bringing the athletes on, the why we're all here. So if you could welcome to the stage, on top of these chairs with me, Mondo Duplantis. He should be on his way. Yes, there's Mondo. Emmanuel Nyongi coming in. And Audrey Vero. Brilliant stuff. Welcome.
Thank you. Thanks for having me, Colin.
It's
always a
always
pleasure
great.
to be beside you and talking. That's always fun.
We definitely do talking, that is for sure. And I just realised that before I really get into it, I haven't really properly seen you to say congratulations for your wedding, etc., etc. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Yeah, appreciate that.
It's really good. So you're a new man.
I am.
New experience.
Mm-hmm.
What's it like pole vaulting as a married man?
Super hard. No, it's amazing. No, it's been really good. I've been really enjoying it. I feel like now I've done so many wonderful things this year off the track that I feel like now I've got myself committed kind of purposefully into a really tough and grindy period of a lot of competitions, because I kind of want to get back a little bit into the mud and really grind a bit. So it's been really, really amazing. It's pretty hard to explain the difference, but it is a quite big mentality shift. I think it should be. You feel more responsibility, and you feel more locked in some sense. Yeah,
don't use the word locked in. I don't think they appreciate it. I'm not so sure if that's a good word to be saying. You're locked into a marriage, just like you're kind of controlled that way. You're not really locked in, right?
Well, you kind of should be.
Okay.
I mean, it would, or like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. I mean, come on. I would say locked in is better than halfway not locked in. I mean, come on, I don't know.
You're looking for support out there.
Yeah,
everyone's going, please help me in this sense. Right, I'll leave you ponder on. Set the target to break that world record. You said you were going to do it, and you absolutely nailed that performance. But I was worried about 1,000 meter in that particular way. How much does that take out of you, emotionally and physically, to break a world record like that?
Okay. I went at Monaco to run 1,000. That's my first to run 1,000. To attempt to run world record, and I tell my coach that I can do it, so let me go there to try. Then I went there to run 1,000 is a bit so easy for me to run. Yeah. If I compare 1,800 meters, 800 meters is too hard for me.
So added to that then, what can we expect from you here in Weltklasse? I mean, if you said then you were going to run a good 1,000, can you tell us that you're going to run a good 8?
Yeah, I still believe that I can run first 800 meters. I try to get my personal best again.
Yeah.
So I'm still there.
You're still there. You're ready. You're energized. If I can go to Audrey quickly then. I'm taking a deep breath and say, what a year you've had. It's been absolutely sensational. Last year, during the press conference, we spoke. It was your first time in Weltklasse Zürich. There was that real focus on you. You took the victory then. You've now arrived as a real big star with more attention on you. Do you feel there's more pressure to deliver another victory tomorrow?
Yeah, it's clear that my status changed from last year, and some crazy thing happened this year. And I won the Diamond League in Weltklasse Zürich last year, so this is my goal tomorrow, to win another time this Diamond League, and it's in Switzerland. There's a lot of Swiss fans in the public, so it will just be a great performance for them, I think, to watch.
Now, Georgia Hunter-Bell, who was very close to you last year, is back in the competition again. Does that excite you?
Yeah, for me it's really exciting, because I really like when there is a lot of strong athletes in the same race, and it really pushes us to go faster and faster. So yeah, for me it's really cool to have her there tomorrow.
Yeah, it's going to be a great one. The lineup is just sensational. And the same thing with you, I guess, Emmanuel, is that the lineup for the 800 meters is never easy. You never get a rest. You have to be on it all the time.
For tomorrow?
Yeah, and constantly. Throughout the Diamond League, it's always a high level of 800-meter running.
According to me, I'm here to try to win the race tomorrow, to run fast, the way I can run. But let me say that you say that the lineup is very tough, but for me, it's not too tough.
Okay. I like that. Why?
Because I know my competitors.
I like that. I like that. Do you make sure all your competitors know that you're around? I mean, when I was competing, all my competitors would be in the dining room, and I would kind of walk around every single table just to make sure they knew I'm here and ready to play. Do you ever play games like that?
No, not really.
Mondo, if we could head to now, I mean, competitions have been great. Of course, European title yet again for you in that sense, and then going to Lausanne and then Celeste as well. Having to jump high.
Yeah.
Are you enjoying the fact that people around you are jumping 6 meters again and they're right next to you?
Not really. No, I just want to chill and I just want to like win and go home and take it easy. No, come on. I mean, it's been really, really fun. I think everybody really likes it. I think that's been really amazing to see, is just how much the fans are getting behind it, and everybody's really enjoying to not only just see me get pushed really hard, but everybody just jump really high and jump really well. I mean, I think, of course, we had a great competition, Manolo and I, in Birmingham, but then in Lausanne, I feel like it just kind of set a new precedent for our sport and our event, especially with Manolo jumping the 616 and me being able to put it a little bit higher too, and then 3 guys again over 6 meters in Silesia. It's like, it's really, really unheard of and unprecedented for our events. So no, it's been really fun. It gets a total different juices flowing, and I think people have been wanting to see that out of pole vault, honestly.
They want to see a competition.
Yeah.
Yeah, in that sense. Not a demonstration, I guess, is what we're talking about. Yeah, it's a real, genuine competition, which is brilliant. And when we're talking about competition, we have to say to Audrey, the women's 800 meters, I mean, we are always so excited. I was working in the BBC for the European Championships, and everybody, when you fell in the semi-final, our heart stopped. I mean, for you, did you just think your dream of being a European champion was over?
No, for me it was not completely over, because I was, I don't know, but I was confident that I will go in the final, because I knew in me that it was not just my fault. So yeah, I was hoping for a repêchage.
Yeah.
But I still prepare myself for both decisions. So I was also ready to come back in 2 years, and yeah, that's it.
If it was necessary. I was concerned how heavy the fall was, because it looked like it was quite a heavy fall. You weren't prepared for it, so you didn't really get your hands out or anything. You just fell heavy. And I was wondering how much that was going to take out of your performance.
Yeah, I was not prepared for this fall, so yeah, it was a little bit heavy, but after all, I was good, nothing serious. But it was a little bit harder mentally, because of something like that. You are never prepared for something like that, so after that it was a little bit difficult in the final to just stand up and just run. So yeah, it was I did a little job with my mental coach on that, and after that it was all good.
How nervous do you think you will feel tomorrow on the start line compared to being on the start line at the European Championships in Birmingham? Do you think you'll have more nerves tomorrow because you're home in Zurich?
No, I don't think I will be nervous like in Birmingham, because my goal for the season was the European Championships, and now the goal is achieved. So now it's just fun, and I will just run for that.
Just for fun. I like that. I can breathe. Yeah, that's for sure. Emmanuel, for you in this circumstance, where we're looking at, we've got the Weltklasse Zürich, that gets done and you win and you run well. When people keep talking about world records and striving for world records, does that kind of just irritate you, or do you, because they're not appreciating your victories, they're just talking about records constantly all the time?
According to me, that I see people talking about 800 meters world record, but let me say today that to break world record in 800 meters, it is like to run in marathon under 2 hours. It's not easy.
It's not easy, right? Yeah, it's not easy.
Yeah, it's
and
tough.
Journalists, people, you know, like myself now, who just say the world record has to go because the talent is there. It's easy. Why is it not going? You're just making it clear. There's lots of things that have to go right for the world record to come.
For me, I can say that I needed to work on it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Any particular elements? Tell us. Give us a bit of a secret on where you think your improvement is going to come.
I think it is not the right place to say.
I like that. Your opponents may be listening, right? So we don't want to give them too much of an advantage. So yeah, no, I totally get that. So I have to wait till next year then, maybe?
Why not?
Okay, I'll wait. I'll be patient. Modo, for you, I mean, you're a man who set numerous world records time after time after time. So you know that when people talk quite, you know, openly, there's expectation. But I heard a little rumor that you said you can't retire until you break a world record here in Zurich. Was that just me hearing it, or was that a true statement that came out of you?
No, that's fair. That's fair. I mean, it's Weltklasse. It's Zurich. I mean, this is the pinnacle of the Diamond League competitions. It's the pinnacle of one-day meetings. So, I would really, it would be so amazing to jump a world record here and jump really high here, because I feel like it is just such a historic competition that I hold really, really close to me. So, yeah, I would love to. It's easier said than done, and I feel like the past few years. We've been a little bit unfortunate with the weather and whatnot, and it doesn't seem like it's going to be that way tomorrow. So then we don't really have as many excuses anymore. Then it's just up to me and the guys to just jump really high and go out there and have a good time. But yeah, I mean, I would love to.
Everything that we said is clear. World records don't come easy. Secondly, you need good competition. You've got the good competition. Let's hope if conditions are good that the boys can pull out something special. That would be pretty outstanding. I'd be happy for you.
Yeah, I don't know if the competition helps with that, but it makes it more fun. It makes it more enjoyable, I think, for everybody watching.
Sam, did you hear that? He said, yeah, it's okay.
Just take it. No, but because I'm getting pushed really hard and have to take more jumps and you have to jump more, and that's just the nature of the event. But I think it's really fun, and we've been grinding, and the grind, we still have a few more stops left, but this is a really important one for all of us because it's Weltklasse. So that's just the way it's going to be, and so we all want to jump really high tomorrow, and especially if we're going to be given good conditions here, then you got to take advantage of it. So I want to go out here and make a good statement.
Make a good statement. Audrey, after your amazing run in Stockholm, first of all, everybody, as I said, then instantly was focused on world record. Again, I mean, for somebody who's so young, you have got so much time in front of you, really, to be thinking of that. So for you, could you put that to the back of your mind and now just concentrate on victories?
Yeah, it happened really fast, and I was not prepared for a world record this year. So, yeah, I think I just want to focus on running fast, winning some race, and yeah, I think with this mentality, the world record will fall one day, but I just don't know why.
Yeah.
When.
Don't rush it. It'll happen when it happens. If it's meant to be, if it's written in the stars, for sure. I'm just going to go out into the floor to see if there's any questions from the floor, or even if there's any questions from people listening online. Happy.
Question for Audrey. Femke was pushing you really hard in Lausanne. She had a great finish to the race. So does that spice things up a little bit for you?
Yeah, it's really cool to see that, we can just push each other's. And yeah, she was coming back at the end of the race in Lausanne. And I really like it. And I think it's, more exciting like that.
We certainly like it. It's exciting for us as fans. Any more questions from the floor there before I run? Yep, we're going to go. I'm going to just skate my way to the back. It's an online question. Oh, you've got a mic there. I think this is one of the online questions, yeah?
Yes,
Okay.
I have a few questions from journalists who are unable to be here today. The first one is from Mike Hansen, BBC Sports. To Audrey. Your improvement year on year continues. So what do you put that down to physically and mentally? And where have you kept finding the ways to continue to lower the times?
I think the biggest difference this year was that I finished school like 1 year ago. So now I'm just focused on athletics, and I just have more time for what was the second question?
I have to check again. The second one, where have you kept finding the ways to continue to lower times? I think that answered the one. And what do you put it down to your improvement over the last years on the physical and the mental part of your training?
I think physically I just continue to train like I always did with my coach and my training partners. And I think I work a lot more in the mentally part. And I think over the 2 last year I did a great job on that part. And it's just the result now.
Okay. And then I have another one from Liam Tharm, The Athletic. It was this meet last year when you won your Diamond League race for the first time. How proud are you of your progression since then? And did you imagine what you would achieve in 2026? And
so I'm really proud of my progression over 1 year, and it's running close to the world record this year. So it's just really great, and I won the Diamond League here in Zurich last year. So I hope I will do that again tomorrow.
Okay, thank you. That's all from my side.
That's all from the lines. Perfect. Thank you very much. Any more questions there from the floor? Yep, we just got one. The mic's on the way.
Sorry, guys, another one for Audrey. Can you be honest with us? What was your reaction when you heard the news that Keely sadly wouldn't be coming? And then obviously we heard about Lillian as well.
I think I had no reaction because it's life, and I know some athletes are really tired after the European, and it's always hard to go back to running, and it will be a little bit more exciting if she was there, but it's not a problem.
Have we got any final questions there from the floor? Oh, yep, one coming here. We've got the mic on the way. It's coming from that side, your microphone. Here we go.
A question from Mondo. You recently released a song. Is this the start of your second career after your pole vaulting career?
Well, I've released a few songs actually past couple of years. If you've been following, which you don't have to, of course. But I was given the opportunity to write the song for the Ultimate Champs, which was really fun. It was fun, a little stressful sometimes. I did lots and lots of changes to the song. Actually, I was starting to stress a bit, and I was on a timeline, so I had to make sure to submit it and get it right. But I'm happy, really happy with the way that it came out. It was really fun. It was a really fun process to try to capture all the things that I love about sports and what I think sports means to me, and then also kind of express it in the way of music, which is also really important to me. Audrey said her best friend loves it, so she didn't really say if she likes it, but that's a different issue. I said, what about you? She's like, yeah, okay. She said, but my friend likes it. I said, okay, well that's something at least, I guess. Yeah.
Well, we wanted honesty. You said honesty from
you like
Audrey,
it?
right? You just honesty.
Yeah, I really like it.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I like it.
No, it is. We all like it, and
Everyone.
We spoke about your kind of music career as well, and I asked you about whether you'd prefer like an Emmy or the Olympic title. And
Have you even listened to? No.
Like I went to watch a women pole vault down there, right?
No, I'm messing.
I so have. No, but it is fantastic. You had that wonderful opportunity and you've dived on it, which I think is just fantastic. And talking about diving on opportunities, tomorrow you've got big competitions.
Yeah.
It's never going to be easy. Full of respect for you all. Competition is for the young, and I'm pretty glad that I'm old now. So I wish you all the best of luck. Audrey, Emmanuel, and of course, Mondo. Thanks very much for spending time with us, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Cheers, guys. Thank you. Can you, 1 second, Emmanuel. I forgot.
Picture, yeah.
We'll be bringing on 3 more athletes shortly. Just going to get a little bit of water. And if you've booked some one-on-ones that you need to vanish, then feel free to do that.
Very short. Quick last stream.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back in business with 3 more phenomenal athletes, which you all most probably recognize. Femke, Ditachi, and of course, Carsten there right on the end. And I did say, Carsten, we are 2 thorns between 2 wonderful roses here, right?
Yeah.
We know our
story
place.
of my life.
Yeah, we know our place. We know our place. Okay, I was always kind of decide who to start with the first question with, right? And I decided I'm going to go to Carsten. Do you mind? And I'll tell you why. Because I'm going to test his knowledge on himself here in Weltklasse Zürich.
Let's go.
Here we go. Ooh, that was a confident let's go. 2017, where did you finish and what was your time?
Oh, wow. I remember reaching the finish line. Maybe I was second?
Yep, correct. Who's in front of you?
Karen McMaster?
Correct.
Yeah.
Oh, you're good at this. All right, that's
think so, yeah.
2017. 2018?
Karen McMaster again, I got second. Yeah.
He's correct. He's correct in a sense. And then 2019, it all changed.
Yeah, then I won.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you set a big record, and I think, off the top of my head, that was most probably your first time sub 47.
Yeah, 46.92 if I'm not wrong. Yeah.
You are very...
It was good. Yeah, it was good. I remember that one.
You remember that
Very
one?
well.
Remember well. And you know, I mentioned that because outside of Oslo, Zurich here in Weltklasse is the most places outside the major championships you've gone under 47 seconds. So it must be a good place for you here in Zurich.
It's a very special place. I always love coming here to Zurich, and I've been here for, almost 9 years now consistently. So it's a fast track. It's always a great audience, and usually the final has been here. I love it when the final is here. It's such a shame it's not here this year as well.
Well, we have to split things. We can't take it all, right?
I don't think so.
Yeah, well,
It's just with the wins. You don't share your wins, right? You try to keep them to yourself.
I hear you. Now, Ditachi, I'm going to come to you now because everybody was off, right? And the back end of the race, you started clawing people back in, and you came to the final barrier and you hit it. And I was fuming, right? Absolutely. Because I saw somebody who was going to go under 12.30 here in Zurich, and I was like, this is looking very exciting. You did set a national record, right? It was 12.40.
Yes.
Yeah, at that time you ran 12.40. But the way you ran it said to me that there was something special going to come in the World Championships, and you didn't let us down. But after Zurich, did you feel that you could do something special at the World Championships?
Yes, and I actually remember you telling me, which was also very special. You were like, you hit that last hurdle, but that just means there's so much more to come for Tokyo. And I was like, yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
And I mean, yes, I felt like last year I had a season where I always had like good races, but not quite like the best race. Always something that was missing. And I had like, the season was long and World Championships was like at the end of this very season. So I was like, okay, I feel like, especially that race in Zurich was like, okay, there's more. Because I was able to run my record back then, like with like a very bad last hurdle. So yeah, it gave me a lot of confidence for what was then to come.
And we've got Weltklasse again happening. Are we hoping for the same situation without you hitting the last hurdle this time?
Hopefully no hurdles. I don't want to hit any hurdles, but yeah, I'm really excited to be running again here. Like you said, Zurich is a very special place. It's a very nice meet. I love to be running in front of the home crowd. It's always so special for us, so I'm really excited to be running here and to not hit any hurdles.
I'm going to make you really annoyed with yourself even more now, right? Before I come to you, Femke, right? Really. Do you realise if you didn't hit the last hurdle last year, the winning time was 12.30, the meet record's 12.29, and you most probably be meet record holder right now. I just thought I'd throw that in and rub it in for you.
I think that's part of the sport, that sometimes you don't have to like think about the what ifs. I would have had that perfect race. I think I was very lucky last year that I had like the perfect race that I needed at the right moment, so I don't think I would change my race with the timing.
Absolutely not, absolutely. And it was never luck. It's all the hard work. It was the commitment. It was
Thank
your
you.
skill that delivered it there. Femke, on you. I mean, you lined up and you ran a meet record, right, in the 4 hurdles last year. When you just finished, did you ever be thinking, okay, this time next year I'll be in the 800 meters after watching Audrey just beat Georgia in the 8? Was it already in your mind that potentially 1 year later you'd be on the track against them?
I mean, yeah, I think so. I wasn't sure if I would straight away make it into all the Diamond Leagues, but I knew like, okay, next year I will probably not be lining up on the hurdles here.
Is it feeling of slightly of sadness that you've put something behind you when you were so skilled at it to try something new?
No, I think it's more something positive, and it was something nice that I was like, okay, it really felt after Tokyo like almost a perfect full circle. So I think it was for me more very exciting to have that in the past. Also, know it's in my legs. I mean, I never say never, I won't be back. I also don't say I will be back on the hurdles, but no, I think it was more really positive for me.
So when you look at Carsten, do you think to yourself, Carsten, man, step up?
I don't think he will go to the 8, to be honest. I don't know if you want.
I started copying Femke a little bit with the mix relay and stuff, but 800, it looks painful. Yeah.
Yeah, and he can skip the mix as well. That's okay.
Yeah, okay. And I was thinking, but this man is a decathlete, right? So he should be able to run a decent 8, right?
Yeah, that's true. And he tried the 100 here, so then you have tried 100 for hers and 8.
So I've been around.
Absolutely. I mean, it's been I was going through the checklist because I love going through all the stats and everything. I'm not a big stats. I love the facts of the sport. And Carsten, I think it's 19 times now. I think you've gone sub 47 seconds. I just bumped into Ed Moses, who was an icon of mine. And I love the fact that Ed went 108 races, unbeaten, and his personal best, I'm going to say, was only 47.01, I think, or 03.
02, actually.
02, yeah, something in between, right? With that in mind, do you ever kind of reflect and go, do you know what? I am so pleased with what I've done already.
Wow. Sometimes, yeah, when I think about it that way, but on the other hand, you can't get too satisfied, right? I think for me, push more, and I always want to be faster. So I'm thinking more about 45.94, and I'm still, very happy that I was the first to go sub 46, and I dream about doing it again. But it's difficult. It was a very special day where we pushed the limits for the 4-meter hurdles, and I'm still searching that trail.
It's there. The competition's there. Your ability is still there. Are we just looking basically potentially just conditions to make that happen again?
It's many things, of course, conditions as well. It's the setting also, and I think now in the 4-meter hurdles as well. There are 3 guys. We are 3 guys that are really pushing. We run sub 47s on the regular. People might get a little spoiled, I think, because it's super hard and it's really high quality. So I think actually people are getting a little spoiled and maybe underestimating a little bit the level of the 4-meter hurdles men right now. It's very high, and also in the women's, especially last year, also has been something completely different if you look at it historically.
Yeah, I'm smiling to myself because I was thinking, well, it's your fault like we expected it high levels because you guys are producing high level performances. So yeah, you do spoil us.
Which is good, and this is what we want. So I always want to win, and now it's not enough for me to run 46.9 and win. I need to run sub 46.5. So yeah, different times.
Okay, we can live with that because we can have no choice. Right?
Easy for you to say.
Yeah. I just watch, right, and smile in that sense. I mean, what Carsten was talking about, Ditachi, I mean, that was constantly in the women's 100-meter hurdles. Always. You never get a break, no chance. You can go to the smallest meeting in the world, there'd be someone who can run 12.5 in that competition. So how do you deal with that mentally? Because it's hard, I guess, when you just want to rest, you just want to break.
No, I think it's I think it's what makes us run fast. I think it's what is like the reason that everybody is running so fast is that you know, like the women next to you, they're not gonna run like a mediocre time. You have to really bring the absolute best race. And I think for me, it was actually really interesting, especially last year. I feel like that it was so close. There was like, it was super close, but I felt like in Tokyo, the doors were open because everybody was super strong. And I think that gave me a bit of the confidence, like everybody's super strong, everybody can run super fast, so I can also be the one to win in Tokyo. And I think every year after is also you just have to be like pushing yourself because you know it's going fast, and you know if you want to go in front, you just have to be like, yeah, on your best.
On your best all the time. Yeah. I mean, Femke, that's the same story with you now. Of course, they were watching the women's 800 meters. Everybody's watching with bated breath. Who's going to take this race? Who's going to? What position they're going to be at the bell, etc., etc. When you're one of the main players now in that 800 meters, how do you approach that race now? I'm just checking that none of your opponents are in the room, first of all, before you let out some of your secrets. I think we're all good. But yeah, how do you kind of approach that in yourself mentally before any big race?
Well, I think I'm still partly learning this part of the 800 meter. It's really something new that you have to think about the others a lot more than just about my hurdles. It's not just, but about getting over my hurdles and how I want to do it. I think I just try to be ready for a lot of scenarios and have some main focus points within a race that I know I want to execute well, and then find out after 2 or after 400 or 500 what your position is and how to make sure you get the best race. But I think it's just, you need to be ready to switch in your head if it's not going how you want or if it's going differently than you expected. And I think it's also a really fun part about it, and most important is that you stay calm, stay relaxed, and don't waste the energy on it. But yeah, it's new.
It's a full, to me, like 800 meters, both men and women, it's like a full speed chess game, right? You don't know what's happening. Somebody's going to make a move and you've got to be always ready to respond to that move. I mean, is that slightly intimidating compared to when you used to run the 400 hurdles? Because you know every hurdle's in the right place at the right time and you just need to take it.
Yeah, definitely. And also how to respond to attack. And in the beginning, if I would need to respond after 400 or 500 meters to attack, I was like, oh, I still have to run so far, but like I have to like change something now. So yeah, it's really, you really need to be ready for a lot of things. And I think the best way to learn how to get ready is by experiencing it.
Yeah. I'm just going to go straight out into the floor real quickly if we've got any questions coming in before I continue. Yeah, we've got some. So guys, you know, there's some online journalists as well. So they got some questions. So we'll find out who is listening shortly and who they got the questions for.
Yeah, so I have a question for Femke from Mike Hansen, BBC Sports. Has your quick adaptation to the 800 meters surprised you? And are you ahead of where you hoped to be when you were setting goals at the start of the season?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I think it's quite a short answer. I didn't expect to be this fast already, to run a national record, to have a medal already. So it's been very nice to surprise myself a lot on the track this year.
Good, thank you very much.
Anybody else there off the floor quickly before? Yep, just you can borrow mine.
So question for Carsten, you've kind of answered it already, but the level this year in the hurdles is, again, super amazing. So do you think we can look forward to something special before the end of the season?
You never know. I think it's a very tight schedule now, the coming races, which maybe ruins it a little bit. I can also feel coming straight off Europeans doing both the relay and the hurdles was of course a bit tired. So then coming to Silesia to run again just a few days later, it was tough. So of course many races back to back doesn't improve the chances. That's for sure. And this is also a challenge, you know. People want fast times, but they also want to see us race more and more. So this is going to be troublesome. But you never know. Because now we are pushing each other, as I said, in the 100-meter hurdles as well, which has been... I actually forgot that. I felt bad because 100-meter hurdles women has been crazy for many, many years. Probably the biggest depth in all. So... it makes you run faster. You know that you have to step up. I think maybe this year is probably one of my best years if you look at the times. But still, I'm getting beaten many more races than ever before. So I guess I got to step it up. I'm just 30, so I have many years ahead of me.
Any more from the floor there quickly? No. Don't worry about being a 30s man. I retired at 36, so you've got a long way to go.
Now you're just 37.
And now I'm
wow, it's amazing,
37
Colin.
and a half, right?
It's amazing,
really?
yeah.
37 and a half, listen. No, it's always going to be busy times because I know when you're out there, you're doing your preparations, you're doing your warm-up, and you don't get actually that much time to see the other competitions, right? The other runners, the other races, and that sense. If you could watch an event tomorrow, because there are so many great events tomorrow with the best of the best here in Weltklasse, as we would expect, which event would you say, right, I need to see this race, or I need to see this performance? It could be field or it could be track. Ditachi, you're looking at it and going, I don't know. It could be your own race, of course. If you don't want to be watching your own race, right?
That would be interesting to like look.
Right. Yeah, and look how it went. So that's like, you can review later. But yeah, if you had the why as well. I need to know why you've chosen that event.
I don't know. Sometimes I feel like... So a very dear friend of mine, she's doing the high jump, and it's the first time for her that she's actually competing here in Zurich. It's very, very special for her. So I think, for me personally, I would love to see her do that. But then also I think like the races, you can watch them after sometimes. Like if you have a race that you want to watch and you'll just like watch for like 10 seconds and then it's like, oh, okay, that would happen.
Yeah.
But maybe like something like the pole vault or something, which is a longer competition and like so many things happened. I feel like that would be interesting to actually like sit down and watch for a longer time.
Yeah, I guess that. Yeah, I like that. Femke, how about you? If you could choose one event that you just, okay, I've got to see this because I'm interested to see the result. Live.
You just watch it.
Yeah, you just watch it live.
Yeah, I think I would choose the 400 hurdles. There's men and women, so I can watch both, and still has a special place in my heart. So I will love to see, of course, Karsten's race will be tight, but also the women's. It's special to watch.
Absolutely, I get that. And Karsten, come on.
Wow, so many to choose from. But of course, I would always watch the 4-meter hurdles. Now it's also women's here, so I would watch that. My teammate is in the race. But I think also actually the 800-meter women's. A big jungle of world records and everything. It's actually to see people race and to have a really, really close race. And I think, just looking at the 800-meter in Birmingham for women, it was just amazing to watch. It's so close and it's so competitive, and that's what I really like. I like to see people race.
You like the racing element of it. I guess competitive. That's what we want to see. That's what we're there.
I think so. That's what it's all about, like from the beginning.
Absolutely.
The races that give you like the goosebumps on the last 100 meters and you're like, oh.
Yeah, it's the best feeling, right, when you watch that. And I guess, I mean, when you're going to be in this 800 meters, like Karsten says there, if you're all lined up with the last 20, 30 meters, the crowd are going to be screaming. It's just going to be...
The best races to watch is actually the races you don't want to be in yourself because you're nervous as shit. Yeah.
That is true. Yeah. It's absolutely true. But like you say, Weltklasse Zürich, it's about world-class performances, and we're guaranteed, I mean literally guaranteed, we're going to get that all across the board. So I'm really excited. I've had a wonderful opportunity to talk to you guys, so thank you for spending a bit of time. Before I send you on the way, I'm just going to do a quick review. Yep, there we got another online question.
We have another one for Karsten, and it's from Annabelle Rollin, L'Equipe France. Alison has come on top of you in recent meetings, and how do you assess the balance between you at the moment, and what do you think it will take to beat him again?
It's a good question. Hate to answer it, obviously, but it's actually been super close, most of them. Just 900s now in Poland, and what it's going to take. It's a fast race, obviously, and I think we really push each other. He's faster this year, and you can see it in his times as well. So I guess to beat him, I just need to run faster than him. I know it's a boring answer, but I don't know what he's going to show up with. But I guess it's going to be a close one.
It's plain and simple. Run faster.
Yeah, it is,
Yeah.
right? Just what we said. That's what it's all about. Make it
Thank
easy
you.
for yourself.
And make no mistakes.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Of course. Of
Don't
course.
think that.
Yeah, we're not thinking that. That's done. That was last year, man. It's gone. It's out of our head, out of our system. Guys, it has absolutely been fantastic that you spent a bit of time with us and been so insightful and honest with your performances. I wish you all the very best. I've got a very easy job tomorrow because I'll be just sitting in the stand watching and applauding. So, yeah.
Comeback.
No comebacks. Not a 37 and a half.
What a shame.
Yeah, what a shame. Brilliant stuff. If there's any one-on-ones, I'm pretty sure you've got them all booked and you can catch up with our athletes then. But Karsten, Ditachi and Femke, it's been a real pleasure. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Who's holding this for the picture? Okay, I'll hold it.
If you're tripping the hurdles tomorrow, you know who to blame.
I know, I mean... Me too, yeah. I know. So we got it out the way. We got it out the way. We got it out the way. Right, find yourself. And I've got the... Here. Awesome. Thank you. Good luck tomorrow. Thank you so much. And enjoy. Yeah, take it with you.
Always a pleasure, Colin.
Awesome.
You're great.
Brilliant stuff. Joined by more athletes in approximately 2 minutes' time. So if you can start making your way back to your seats, that would be wonderful. And we'll be starting in approximately 2 minutes. Thanks. Right there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we are back in business with 3 more outstanding European athletes. Jason, Amy, and Simon are there. And it is fantastic that you are joining me. I'm very excited to watch you all perform as my watch is dropping off. It's not an advertising thing, it's generally dropping off. I'm going to start, gentlemen, sorry, but Amy's got to be my starting point. Not because she got 4 gold medals, because she's British, right? But the 4 gold medals certainly help as well. Congratulations. I mean, it was a fantastic championship for you. You had a target, you set your target, and you delivered. I mean, that's not always easy to do in athletics. So it was a job well done.
Thank you. No, I think not only that the work was done on the track, but it was a really kind of big task to get the recovery in. 7 races in 7 days is pretty hefty, and some of those, especially the relay heat early morning, was pretty rough. But yeah, the recovery and the amount of warm-ups, the amount of shakeouts, kind of making sure you're getting enough sleep and not paying too much attention to your phone. So it was a big team effort. My coach was constantly threatening to take my phone off me every night. But no, it was a really fun championships, and it was such a privilege to be able to do it at home and have everyone there and be able to kind of showcase the work that myself and my team have been doing all year.
And many people that'll be watching this, people watching online, that they won't really have a concept of what it takes of the day. So it's not just about running the individual race, it's the whole process that is taxing. And you had to do this repeatedly. So can you kind of just give us a little bit of a rough idea what one of the days were like for you?
Yeah, so my coach sends the layout of the day, so I get very strict timings for everything, which is good. I need a bit of structure. I'm quite type B a person, so I know what time to reactive jumps and then some drills. So that's happening every single day. And then starting to get ready, like 2 hours for hair and makeup. It's quite a long time. And then you get in the bus, you get into the track, you're kind of chilling, getting treatment, doing the whole warm-up, racing, and then you'll have anti-doping, and then you do a cool down and a flush, and then you get back on the bus and you'll have food and stuff. So sometimes we weren't getting back to the hotel until 1 or 2 a.m. and I had to then race the next day. So it's about kind of not stressing too much about that and just taking what comes as it comes and not trying to control it too much, because at championships you can never really have full control. But yeah, it was very, very busy days, and obviously then you have a lot of media requirements. When as you start doing well and picking up momentum through the week, things are starting to go crazier and crazier and crazier. So by the time we got to the relay, it was just like hanging on. It was really amazing to finish it off with the relay, because we all kind of kept each other strong through our very busy schedules.
So Weltklasse Zürich, then that's just it's a holiday it's a vacation in relative terms.
I think it's fun just to do the 100. I think this year has been a really big one for us in terms of kind of establishing myself as a 100-meter runner and as a 60 runner. So I'm really, really excited to kind of be able to come into a Diamond League and have that outlook of just having fun with it before we head into kind of the final kind of coda of the season. And it's really great to have such an amazing lineup, and I'm super excited to kind of just have fun with it. And it's my first 100 since Europeans, and I'm excited to stand on the line and get announced as European champ. And yeah, it's a real. I really love my job and I love what I do, so I can't wait to get out there.
Excellent stuff. Well, again, congratulations, because it was a wonderful occasion for somebody who was witnessing it in this sense. So I'm going to go straight that way now to Simon. I mean, you started the season indoors. I mean, world record. Everybody's super excited. You were very happy with your performances as well. Come to European Championships, the long jump, again, intense competition. And we're here at Weltklasse Zürich. Last year, you took home this little baby. Is that the plan again this year?
For sure. Now I need to qualify first, because it's not sure I'm in. So I need to perform here in Zurich, and then hopefully I grab my next one.
Talk us through from the indoors to where we are today. So what has happened, you know, the great performances, etc., etc.
Yeah, it was a crazy season. Indoor was, the goal was to break the European record in the heptathlon. To break the world record, it was kind of surprise for me. But the second day was pretty cool, because I ran quick hurdles, a pretty good pole vault, and it was fun to train for the outdoor season after this success, but it was a really, really short preparation time, because end of April I started again with my first decathlon, and the whole season is like running through really quick and on a high level I never had before, because everything I do right now, it's working pretty well. And now we have 3 more really, really important competitions here in Zurich, then hopefully Brussels, and for sure Budapest. And one little thing is to win against Miltos. So that's the only thing I didn't achieve this year. So hopefully I start here in Zurich and make 3 wins against him, and then the season would be the best season I had.
Absolutely, I love that. I thought the last 3, the best 3, I'll take those victories. Yeah, that kind of works well. That kind of off-site there, just over there, Jason. We were talking about the European Indoor Championships, of course, and how you just decided to throw away the championship record like that belonged to certain somebody very close to you, right, in this sense. I mean, you're coming through, at last, you're the European champion. It's taken time to get here, but I was so happy to see that, especially after the first round, because it could have always gone really awful there because of the mistakes that was made around you, and you kept such a cool head in that circumstance and qualified like it was nothing. And I thought to myself, I think this boy's ready. After that competition, did you think to yourself, yeah, I've got this?
That's a good question. I'm not. No, not really. I was just focusing on executing what I was doing in the past couple of practices coming up to European Championships. So the semi-final was just. I mean, we're hurdle athletes, so if you have one more hurdle, it's not a big deal.
But it has legs that fly around it. That was the problem.
So, I mean, I knew with that time in the semifinals, with that run, everything should be all right. But still, I mean, you have to show up. You have to do what you got to do in order to come through first. And, I mean, the Frenchman just showed me that it ain't going to be easy.
Yeah.
So, it was really just about focusing on myself.
When you were midway point, because I think we spoke about this, you were most probably the strongest, or certainly one of the strongest finishers at the back end. Once you get rolling, you're in it. By midpoint of that race, how did you manage to keep your control? Because you must have been excited, because you knew, I can do this, the title's coming, I just need to survive. How did you keep your control?
Honestly, I didn't. I was all over the place coming off that 8th hurdle, 9th hurdle, 10th hurdle. Because I knew I was right there, and once I'm next to you, that's game. So I got really, really excited, came too close to that hurdle, and it was just damage control.
Yeah.
It was just damage control, yeah.
Well, you controlled it well. You took the gold medal, and I could see both pleasure and relief. So was it a sense of relief that you've actually, at long last, I've got this title? Because you've been knocking on the doors for literally for so many years now.
Yeah, I think it was less about the title, more about executing the race. My season was pretty rocky. Didn't start too fast, then got injured, couldn't compete. So I was really happy that I just come here and do what I can do. So that's what it really was about for me.
Are you recovered enough, relaxed enough to take on a tough opposition tomorrow?
I'd like to think so. Yeah, I'm pretty excited for tomorrow. Yeah. I think there's more to come. I think I can run faster than in Birmingham, but honestly, it's just all about staying very mindful, staying very demure, and not getting too excited. Just focusing.
I'm gonna just make you excited then, right? I'll do the big enough for you then. That's the way it is. I mean, for me, you've always run well here in Weltklasse. Personal best of running here. Even into big wins, you've been able to good big performances. So I think it's the right type of competition you have. People who've gone under 13 seconds, people who've gone under 30 this year are going to be in race to do. And I think if you should just toe them early, keep a cool head, at hurdle 5 and 6, victory could be yours.
For sure. Anything's possible. I think my start's gotten better over the past couple of months. So it's all about keeping it cool.
And a European record, say it. You want it. Go ahead.
I want it for sure. I want it. Maybe not this year, but I want it. I'm coming for it.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll accept that. I'll happily pass that on to you in this sense. I mean, Amy, you're against the best in all time, basically, you're running against. How does that make you feel when you come into this competition specifically?
Oh my gosh, so excited to be in a position to race against some of the greatest ladies of all time is I think I'll look back and be so grateful that I had all these experiences kind of where I am now, and hopefully then looking forward to the future, it sets me up to be in the same position as them, and people are excited to be racing against me. So it's going to be a fast one for sure, and it means I've got to be on my toes, especially coming out those blocks. So it really challenges me to elevate my game, and it challenges me to kind of aim for where I want to be in the future and really aim for the stars. So I'm really looking forward to it. And yeah, it's great to race with these girls. I'm really good friends with Melissa, so it's nice to race against people who you look up to, but you also kind of have a lot of respect and care for. So yeah.
You mentioned the blocks. I was never going to mention them. I just wasn't going to do that, right? Because I never want to say it's part of the race, but it's not all of the race.
It's part of the race, but it's not all the race, and it is something that we've been working on for quite a while. And I think what maybe flew under the radar a bit this year was that I ran the 7:04, which is only 100th off my national record. So I definitely can start. I do it pretty regularly and pretty well in training. It just doesn't have that same kind of frequency when we get to races. I think when we saw my first kind of sub-11 run in Stockholm, I actually had a really good start. I was 3rd at 10 meters, which is is really rare for me. But it's just the thing about the start for me is it's so kind of confidence-based, and it's so kind of dependent on how I view myself. So if I'm coming in with a lot of confidence, I find I tend to start a bit better. And you have to almost like, it's a bit kind of paradoxical. You have to not overthink it. I think that I've been into races thinking I'm going to get an amazing start, I'm going to get a great start, I'm feeling so hyped up and aggressive, and then I've had the worst start ever. So you have to kind of relinquish and like release yourself from that pressure and that kind of intensity, and just let it happen.
And also sometimes you can be thinking, I'm going to work on my start, get a great start, and forget the rest of the race. And
I've definitely had races like that where I've been ahead at 20 meters and thought, oh my God, what do I do now?
Yeah,
I've never been in this position. It's very much the opposite of Europeans, where I was like, okay, go, you've got to get working, you've got to get moving.
Exactly.
So I'm pretty good on the chase, but hopefully we can start to show people that my start is actually good, guys. I just need to showcase it in a race.
Yeah, start making a big deal of it. Well, I can do this. I mean, see, one for you, right? I was looking yesterday at the start list in the long jump, and I thought, oh, I'm glad I'm not a long jumper. It's an incredibly talented field. I mean, when you see this start list come out, how excited do you get that you're in it? And people are calling for you potentially winning it, right? So it's not just like, you're not a bit player in this long jump at all.
Yeah, it's really, really crazy how the level is stepping up over the years, because I remember in Munich, I think Miltos won with 8:52 and second and third with 8:07 or 6. And now you're getting fifth with 8:32 in Monaco. So the level is really, really high. And for me, it's the best way to improve my own level, because, now my really good jumps are always in a decathlon. I jumped 8:51 in Götzis, I jumped 8:45 in Götzis. So it's still something to show myself that I can jump 8:50 maybe here in Zurich, or on a world stage when I'm only a long jumper. And if the other guys are on that level, it's keep pushing me a lot more than I'm on my own.
Yeah. I'm going to go to the floor because potentially we've got some questions online, and we have a hand up there. If we got any questions coming on, there's people watching online as well. We're international, guys, right? But first of all, we'll start here.
So, question for Amy. How tough was it after this amazing Europeans to come back down to earth and start all over again?
I was quite lucky that I have an incredibly great team and family around me. I'm very much a family girl, and Birmingham is very close to my home. So I was able to get back home very quickly, kind of see my dog, see my parents, and then I spent the whole of the day at the spa just with my phone completely off. I booked every single treatment. I just really relaxed, and I just needed 24 hours of not talking. I think the whole entire week of Europeans, I was probably talking non-stop and shouting and screaming everywhere. So it was all about bringing it back down to earth for the kind of 2 days, but also allowing myself to really sit in the emotions. I think sometimes we can just, especially it doesn't kind of bleed or run into the next event. So I was quite lucky to be able to go home and experience that. And then moving on to Lausanne, and I had no expectations on that, and I think that was kind of the best way to go into it, was to just, I said to myself, this is the first and probably the only time you're ever going to do a Diamond League as like a freebie. And who gets to say that I'm going into a Diamond League and just getting to have fun and run, because I love running. Obviously it worked out pretty well because we placed pretty highly. So it was just kind of allowing myself to be happy and proud of myself. Yeah.
Great answer. Anything else from here? Oh, yep, on the floor. Hang on, I'll come to you.
Hi, a question for Simon. You've been quite open leading up to the Europeans about the scheduling and how you would have liked to do long jump and multi-event. And it wasn't possible now. Do you think afterwards, have you heard anything? Do you think in the future they will try to accommodate it more? Or?
The Europeans is always tough because it's, I think, only 7 days. So even if the decathlon is on the last 2 days, there's not a lot of days off to prepare to do both. So I had to decide as well there. So it's part of my situation, and I always choose the situation where I feel the result will be better, or the possibility to win a medal is better than in the other event.
Do you know what you're going to do in LA? Have you decided? Are you going to do
No.
Yeah.
No, the problem is this season as well is not helping me in any direction because I was hoping after the indoor season maybe the long jump is not on that level like the decathlon. Then I jumped 8:51 and I made the Swiss record in the decathlon. So I had as well a stupid situation and yeah, we will see. It's a process. It's a process for the whole team. I don't decide on my own. I will ask my coaches, my staff, my wife, and then we will decide and walk this way without looking back.
Okay, I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Anybody else there? I know. I mean, what it is to be talented, right? What it is to be talented. Yeah, tough old situation. Have we got anything else on the floor here? Yeah. Oh, we got two. Yeah. We got, well, the mic's up that end. It's on the ways.
Very quick follow-up question for Amy on the start that we were just talking about with Colin. How many times have you false started in the 100 meters?
This is a crazy question.
and is it a fear of false starting that perhaps messes with your mind? Is that a factor?
I don't think so at all. I wouldn't say it's a fear of false starting. I think that's the nature of the game. And sometimes it's more on physics. Sometimes because I'm quite a tall girl, right? So deceptively, it might look like I stand up a little bit sometimes out the blocks, but I can't be as low as the other girls because we're kind of aiming for that kind of straight line, 45-degree out the blocks, right? And if I'm too low with my torso, then it can actually cause more issues, even though it's seemingly quite a good technical cue. So it's something we've been working on a lot, and sometimes the bad start isn't for the same reason every time. And sometimes, especially in the 60, well, like I said after the Europeans, it looked like I had a terrible start, but I'm against probably like 95% of the world indoor final because Europe is incredibly strong over 60 meters. So sometimes it's just that I'm against the best starts in the world. So I'm actually a good starter, but it just they make me look bad because they're so amazing. But yeah, no, I don't really have any fear around it. But if I do tomorrow, it's your fault now. So. Yeah.
Yeah, let's not talk false starts. We leave that to you. No, joking. Have we got? Yeah, we got some online.
I have one more for Jason. If you could choose, would you rather win another medal at the major championships in a slow, dramatic race, or beat Colin's personal best?
What championship are we talking about?
Swiss.
Regional, no. Yeah, let's say Olympics.
That's a no-brainer. I'm gonna take the gold.
Yeah, I asked for medal, so not just gold. You could come in second or third as well. So just win a medal or Colin's personal best. I know it's a hard one.
Yeah, just pretend I'm not here. Yeah, I'm not here. Just, I'm not here.
I'm not sure. Probably.
If you were in this position, what would you do?
Well, I just said I think if he runs your personal best, you're pretty much guaranteed a medal, no?
Yeah.
So I think those two go hand in hand.
True.
But I think a medal. We all want a medal,
right? Yeah, we want the tin.
We all want the hardware.
Yeah.
But we're not putting words.
Yeah,
in your mouth,
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I want to say the medal. Still, doesn't matter if it's silver, bronze, or gold. Yeah.
I'm so pleased he said.
Yeah.
Thank you for leaving me my record.
Question for Simon. It's kind of intriguing that your PBs and the long jump are always during a decathlon. Why is that? Are you more fired up in Götzis than in a long jump competition?
No, I would say it's maybe the preparation of the competition, because you make the same warm-up like for the long jump, but then I start with 100 meters, so I have 100 meter all out, then around 45 minutes to prepare for the long jump. So maybe I'm on another level of preparation, and I had an all-out sprinting session before. Yeah, we are trying to put this also into a long jump competition to sprint a little bit more to get into the full speed, but I don't know, it's about points and you need to collect points, and I'm in the position I knew if I jump well, I'm in a better situation for the next 8 events. So it's maybe the combination of pressure
for 8 more events and the preparation before.
Anything else from the floor before I dive back in? Now, I asked our previous guests, all right, what would they look forward to watch if they had the opportunity to watch Weltklasse as an event? So, because most of the time you guys are warming up, or you're warming down, or you're doing doping, or you're doing press, blah, 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 blah. So I was just wondering, which events would you like to just go, I must see this race tonight?
I really want to watch the women's 8. I think that's the obvious answer.
That's been pretty popular. It's
I
popular
love,
choice.
from a race where I don't really have the interplay of tactics and kind of argy-bargy, like, it's good to watch. Obviously, I'm rooting for Georgia, and I think it'll be super exciting. I think the crowd is obviously going to really get into it with Audrey, and they've made the 800 kind of the headline event at every meet now, so it's good to see.
I'm smiling to say, you say, I'm rooting for Georgia. You know you're in between two Swiss, right? That was brave.
Someone's got to root for the Brits.
I was just neutral, right? I'll let you commit yourself. Yeah. We'll talk later. See what about you?
I would say the 400 meter hurdles from the men.
Oh, yes.
That's because
tasty. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a tough fight between 2 guys, and they run really quick. And I would say Zurich is a fast track, so maybe we will see something special.
Okay, good. Over there. And how about you, sir?
I actually love to see the women's sprint because I think it's so competitive and you never know what's going to happen. Everybody shows up and is just at their best. So that's something I'd be looking forward to.
Okay.
To be honest, also I would love to just step out and watch my own race. Because it's like, you never get to see your race. You never get to just sit there and be like, anticipating everything that's going to happen. So kind of might be a little bit of selfish answer, but
no,
I'd like to see my own race.
I'll record it for you, don't worry. You can watch it back. Listen, it's been really, really a top job talking with you guys. I thoroughly enjoyed it, as always. Wish you the best of luck. It's all of you are in a competitive situation, so enjoy it as much as you can. And I'll see you out there. I'll be in the crowd. I'll be just waving. All right. Thank you to Simon, Amy, and of course to Jason. Thanks a lot, guys.
Thank you.
Don't vanish too much because I've got to hold this and take a picture. Because nobody wants to hold this. Because they say it's bad. Okay, we are back with three more incredible athletes, some of the fastest women on the planet, Masai, Julian, and of course, Melissa. I am so excited. I had to say, first of all, I had to make a massive, massive, massive honest statement that to everybody, if you don't know, I've just said to Masai that I'm absolutely in love with her. Her skills is like incredible as a high hurdler, and I just get captivated by seeing the performances. So if you don't mind, sprinters, I'm going to start with Masai. Is that all right? I'll get the fan bit out of the way. All right, in this sense. Incredible season yet again, so many times under 12-2. You make it look easy, and I know it's not easy at all. I mean, how difficult is it when there's people like me, right, who have these huge expectations that you can go out there, maybe this is the race that you're going to break that world record?
I don't think it's difficult at all, honestly. I think last year I kind of put the expectation of what everyone else thought I should do onto me, so then when I would perform or not perform, I would like really feel the weight of that. But now I think, you know, just learning more in the professional space, learning what it's like to be amongst other great athletes and one myself, I think that I know what I want to do, I know what I'm capable of, and I know that, you know, whatever the fans or people think, it really doesn't change what I'm going to do on that day, you know, because if I run fast, they're going to talk, and if I run slow, they're going to talk. So, you know, it doesn't matter at the end of the day. So I think that now that I'm doing it for myself, I'm doing it to prove to me, like, what am I truly capable of, and you know, it's just been a blessing to just come in and break every meet record. Of course, it's not the world record, but, you know, just to come in and change that perspective of like, wow, like I'm the fastest person to ever run at this meet. And just taking that as a win, taking the wins as a big win, even though it's not a world record every single time, because I'm doing something that no one's ever done, that no one's ever seen. So it's really just a blessing. But, yeah, all the expectations, yeah, I don't really think about it anymore. And I think that that's why you've been able to see the great performances.
So if I say to you like 12:29 is all it is here, I think, I mean, are you thinking to yourself, that's going to have my name all over it? Tell me, go on, go on. Is it? No. As a meet record? No, why? I just want to see it.
That's the thing, I don't know what I'm capable of. Like, that's why when I like line up, like I don't put a time on anything. I just like go out there and race to win. My coach always says race to win, and the time will take care of itself. So, you know, when you go out and compete, that's when fast times show up. But when you go out there trying to break a world record, that time ain't ever gonna come, if you know track and field.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And I guess that's what we're talking about when we come to the women's 100 meters. I mean, if you think about it, Julian, all the time, you've got tough opponents constantly. So, of course, that's what drives the standard up and the level up in certainly both 100 and 200 meter running.
Yeah, most definitely. And it's always a great opportunity every single time we get on the track. We just know it's going to be a fast race, or it's just a dogfight, if you want to call it that. But it's always a great opportunity just lining up against these amazing women. And I try to take it one day at a time and one step at a time and one race at a time to just go out there and try to do my best in those tough competitions.
Melissa, when you think, I was just speaking to Amy Hunt, and Amy was saying about how she's honoured, really, to be running against some of the fastest women of all time. I think we've got to make sure people understand that. We're not talking just of the moment, we're talking of all time. It's a huge honor in that sense. Do you ever look at the field and appreciate, like, okay, these are the fastest women potentially that's ever lived on the planet, and I'm in that mix?
Every single time. The one thing that I always do, and I feel like it's why I've had the success that I've always had, is that I never take any competitor for granted. Just like it can be my day, it can be anybody else's day, but also understanding what that means wholeheartedly, knowing that every single person who toes that line worked really hard to get to where they got to, just like me, you know, not taking that for granted, not taking for granted the fact that, you know, a couple years ago I wasn't running so fast. And so now to be able to come out to these meets and get called to be a part of press conferences or people wanting me to actually come to their meets, it always put things in perspective because, you know, there was a day where I used to dream about things like this, and now I'm actually doing it.
Yeah, that's got to be exciting for you, I guess, as certainly as an individual. But when you look at other competitions as well, in that sense, there must be that huge sense of admiration about what they're achieving along the way. I mean, is there any particular event, I mean, we touched on with some of those, any particular event that you look and you go, wow, they are outstanding?
I have a couple.
Oh, go on then. Give us a couple.
Okay, so women's 100 hurdles, obviously one of them.
We're in the mix.
Like Masai said it, and she says it with such confidence, but also like she's talking the talk. Like she's actually doing things that have never been done before.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm somebody who loves track and field. Like I can watch a race and not be in it and get really excited about the race that I just saw because that's just how much I love the sport. So the women's 100 hurdles is one of them. I would say the men's 800 is definitely one that is kind of like, you don't know who's going to win. And then if I had to just throw another one out there, I would probably say men's shot put.
Yeah.
Whether Ryan Krauser's in the competition or not, you know, it's just something about like watching shot putters like just go around the ring and just go.
Yeah,
like
these
I
big
really
guys, right, in
Yes.
that little ring doing that amazing thing. And
Yes.
and always it's the final 2 rounds that's the crucial ones.
Yep.
It seemed where all the big throws come in. So, yeah. And what was good to hear is all those events you mentioned are happening here at Weltklasse. So the best of the best will be here doing all those things, which is fantastic. I mean, for you, Julian, I mean, you've had a solid year. I watched you run that 200 meters in London, and I was just like, ooh, where did that come from? And you were so elated with that performance. I could see you were excited about this 200. That's a very special one for you. So if you could kind of just like tell us a little bit how that went for you in that sense and why you were so excited about it specifically.
There are so many things I could say. London 200, I was not really excited for that one.
Okay.
And I laughed after because of just my mood before. I was just so tired and groggy going into that race. And I think that just going out there and still running a super fast time, my second fastest ever, I think that was exciting, just showing the ship that I'm in. And I think that just going forward just proves what I can do in the 200 especially, and also proving what I can do in the 100. Given if I had maybe had a better attitude towards that 200 that day, could have been even better. But I mean, I was just happy the win, to be quite honest, because 2024, we all know how that ended up.
Mm-hmm.
I lost at the line, and I think that just being able to go back out there and
worthwhile. I saw the big smile, and you can see you were like, oh, I love that. Yeah, absolutely too. Masa, if I could come to you, the women's hurdles has always been competitive, absolutely. And I was speaking, I was trying to work out what date we were, yesterday to Sandy Morris, right? And she was saying, oh my goodness, when you watch the women hurdlers, she said, because she used to hurdle herself, so she has that huge appreciation of what you do. And so she was giving me a little bit of the reasons why she felt it was such an outstanding event. When you came into it, did you really appreciate what you were going to be doing? Because you're head and shoulders above many of the opponents, and it's a tight competition. And you're really the leader. The leader. Did you ever believe that you were going to do this?
Oh, well, I mean, yeah. You know, I used to go to, like, before I would go to sleep at night, I would just tell myself, like, I'm going to be the best hurdler in the world. Like, that's just all I would say. I would write it down. I would look at it. And I never believed in it at first. And then when I broke the collegiate record my last year in college, I was like, wait, hold on. Does this actually work? Like,
yeah.
You know, manifesting these things. So, you know, I've said it for so long. I feel like I played my role. I feel like I went through everything that I needed to go through to get to where I'm at now, to truly dominate and be that front runner that everyone says. And, you know, I've had to lose in front of the world. I had to be humiliated. I had to take them L's, you know, like those uncomfortable places that you don't want to be in, but those uncomfortable places get you to, you know, the places that you dream. So for me, I played my role, you know, I played my part, and I think that I'm done playing my role nicely. You know, I'm here to stay. I don't want to regret these years, these opportunities, these meets. You know, looking back, last year, I was just like, you know, we don't always get the opportunity to compete on the world stage in these finals. And when I got 4th place, I was just like this can't happen again. What am I going to do to make sure that this doesn't happen again? Because I have the talent, I have the coach, I have everything that I need. So, you know, I just had to look myself in the mirror, and it was humbling. It was embarrassing. And everyone thought that I was going to win, and, you know, I didn't. So, you know, I had to do the self-work. I had to really understand what I wanted out of this sport. And like I said, I don't want to regret. I don't want to look back. I don't want to be done and be like, dang, I should have did this, or I could have did this, or I could have did that. So, you know, I just am taking advantage of what I have right now. I'm taking advantage of my body, my mindset, my athleticism, my age, you know, all these things. And I'm just taking advantage of what I have and what God has given me. So
how difficult is it, though, to look in the mirror and be generally honest?
it's hard. Like, I had a conversation with my agent the day after the final, and it wasn't a conversation that many people know about. And I wanted to make some big changes, and he's like, no. I trusted the process, and I knew what I wanted to do coming into this year. And like I said, I just didn't want to regret what I have now. And I'm just like, you know, I think people get to the end of their career and they're still chasing for what they could have gotten in that time. And I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to regret. Because my mindset at the Olympics was like, you don't have this opportunity every year. You have this once every 4 years. So make you know, do what you got to do now. And I think that now that I've kind of taken the like what if out of it, you know, when I step to the line, I'm just like, what can I do? You know, just change your perspective. Like, what are you capable of? What can you do? Like, take the fear out of it. You train, you work hard. Like, now's the time to have fun. Now's the time to just see what you can do. So, like I said, I played my role. I played my part, and I had to go through what I went through to get to where I'm at. So it's a blessing. You know, the season's not over.
Nope.
Where I feel like, you know, it's going to start once I get to that Diamond League final. That'll be my momentum going into Ultimates. And then we can, like, you know, chill a little bit. But right now, I'm locked in. You know, I'm trying to come home with one of these trophies. It'll be my first Diamond League final next week, so I'm excited.
It's interesting because listening to you there, I think there's so many clear messages that young athletes can pick up on and use, and they'll be so inspired from what you've just said. So thanks for being so honest and open. Again, it's kind of like when we say about the women's 800 meters or the men's, the field is so stacked, anybody can win, right? Literally. How nerve-wracking is it for you when you're on the line going, oh, I just need to do the first 10 right, the first 15 right, and then get into my upright position, and blah, 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 blah. Because, you know, it changes. Things can change along the way. So how difficult is it for you? And you're going to get the same question, so don't think you're getting away with this, right? It's sense, yeah.
I think it depends on the day, to be quite honest, and how I feel and if I'm overthinking anything. But I try to not go into a race thinking of too many things, I think, because that's when you tend to mess up, when you start overthinking. And something my coach tried to teach me at practice is just get everything out your head. Just forget it. Even though he gave me an instruction to do, sometimes I still go in the blocks thinking about it. And it just crumbles. But how I go into a race is I just try to not think about things, clear my mind, and see how it turns out. I think my body's just so used to doing the repetitions at practice, so it's kind of used to it. So I try not to go in a race thinking about too many things at the exact same time.
Didn't give too much secrets away. I like that. Fly with you, Melissa. You know, because you made a post. Just get a clear mind, because, you know, competitions can be steep.
Yeah, I would say for me, it's easier said than done, but it starts with just being in the moment, whatever moment you're in. Not trying to look too far ahead, not trying to look at, you know, if you had a race before, like what you could have done better. Like, obviously looking at it in that moment of like what I could do better, but not heaping on that or whatever the case may be, you know, just trying to be in whatever moment that you are, but then also having the confidence of knowing that you did everything that you possibly could to get to the moment that you're in right now. So like Masai said, what are you going to do with that, right? And then just making sure that, you know, at the end of the day, when you do step to that line, you know, once you have respected everyone else that is in the field with you, once that gun goes off, it's time. Like, there is no more thinking. There's no more time to be trying to feel the feels or go with the flow or whatever the case may be. When that gun goes off, I'm trying to get to the finish line first.
Yeah, I mean, I used to train with one of my biggest rivals constantly every single day. And, you know, people just used to ask me the question, how can you train with the person that is your biggest rival? And Do you know what? Because when it comes to the competition, everybody's getting it. It doesn't matter who is there. They're all. And I think your attitude's all exactly the same. I think that's what gives us the great competitions that we witness, that we're really fortunate to witness. I've got to also, again, touch on circumstances. So when I say circumstances, wind speeds, you know, big headwinds. Is it difficult? Do you mind going into big headwinds, or you kind of...
Absolutely. I mean, I'm gonna do what I gotta do. That's just who I am.
Yeah.
But no headwind.
What would you consider a big headwind then? Is -2 doable, or you're like, no, that's too strong?
-2 is a lot. I would say nothing more. I mean, I haven't run in anything, by the grace of God, nothing over -0.4 this year.
Oh.
So yeah, we don't need, no. I think maybe the biggest headwind I've run into is like a -2.3, and I felt like I was hurtling backwards. Yeah, no. If I could get a nice tailwind, you know, 1.6, yeah, that's perfect.
You're right
Not
in that,
too
right?
Much, Not too much, but, you know, just enough.
You're right in that. You're right in that. How about you, Julian? Just when you go on the start line, you know, if you walk out here, you know, you walk, and all of a sudden you feel a big wind. Do you first of all thinking, man, I got a battle against this wind, no fast time? Or do you think, oh, it doesn't matter, I'm just going to just nail whatever's doable, I'm just going to do it?
It really doesn't matter. I mean, last year I had so many negative wind readings, so I really don't care about the wind. What I care about is if it's cold or not. I'm from the Caribbean, and I just care about it being hot. That's what I care about.
I saw nods there. Yeah. How about you, Melissa?
Yeah, I feel like as sprinters, we would much so rather the heat than anything else. But like when it comes to race, like Julian said, like there were a lot of races last year where I had -1 point. And in Kingston last year, at the beginning of the year, I ran into like a -5. So I told myself after that race, I was like, there isn't anything that I can't run in, because that was a literal hurricane, and I wouldn't wish that on anybody.
Do you know what? I can't recall how fast you ran there, or should I say how slow you ran there?
How slow?
Yeah.
It was slow. It was like 23. It was 23 something. But like when you convert that, like running into a -5, like, okay, if I get, I don't know, no win, that's 22 anything. So it's like, even at that point, it was like, okay, turn the clock off. Like, let's just see who crosses the finish line first.
I need some good rice and peas and curry goat. Right, that's what we're going to be. Look, going to send some, if there's any questions on the floor or down line, because we may have, we have some journalists who are streaming this as well, so if they may have any questions, if we have any, none at this moment in time, yeah, I would just run to the front here. Here you go.
So this is kind of for all of you, because you didn't have championships, games, etc. for 1 month, so it's kind of a fresh new start. So how's that going to feel? Starting with Melissa? No.
So I would say, well, I got my start on Sunday, I believe. Yeah, Sunday in Poland. So, you know, it was good to, in a sense, be reacclimated with the racing world again. But it's really good. You know, obviously I had a lot of my season last year was kind of like in that same sense of, you know, having good races and then taking 2 to 3 weeks off before my next race. So, you know, I'm kind of comfortable or familiar with that feeling. So it isn't really that much difference than what I experienced last year. So, you know, just trying to keep the main thing, and that is when when I'm not competing, you know, making sure that I'm working on the things that I need to. And then when it's time to come out here and race, that I'm showing that, you know, all those weeks of training didn't go to waste.
Yeah, I think the same thing for me. Throughout this season, I've had 4 to 5 weeks off, and I think it just gave me a chance to just go back to training, work on different things, and also rest my mind and body as well. So during that time, I take time to just go home, be family. But I would say it hasn't been hard to come back to running at high-level competition. It's just something that my body is just used to, and I feel like it's needed for me.
Yeah, I think for me, I took 5 weeks off. I didn't do USAs. Last race was Budapest before I ran in Lausanne last Friday. And that was, I think, the longest I've ever went without competing outside of injury last year. And I was a little nervous because I was like, all right, where am I at? You know, like, because competition, it definitely keeps you aware of where you're at. And for me, I was just like, all right, like, what is it gonna give? I was in Miami, I was in Atlanta, you know, I was resting my mind and my body. So coming back and running 12:27 off the plane with like a day to just like, I got off the plane, I did pre-meet, next day I competed, and I was very, very pleased with it. So I feel like, you know, as a pro, you have to learn how to adjust. You have to learn how to run with big gaps. And, yeah, I'm really pleased where I'm at. So I'm excited to see what I'll do tomorrow just because I've had a little bit more time to acclimate. I've been sleeping more now. And, yeah, I think I'm adjusted on this time zone.
There's a question there? Yeah.
Hey, it's Olu with FlowTrack. Each of you guys are each of you ladies are actually relatively young. Although you're also not at the very beginning of your careers, and each of you are running generational times like 10.7, and as you just said, off the plane 12.2s, which I think a few years ago we all would have been like, wow, at one point in time, but you guys are doing it all the time. Out of curiosity, we all know the high schoolers are also running generational times. Do any of you guys have any relationships with those younger athletes? Are you mentoring them? Is it, nah, I'm just trying to bust you up? How does that look?
I would say for me, I don't necessarily have like a direct relationship with any of the athletes who've been running like really, really fast. Obviously, I've had a chance to be able to connect with some of them at different points, whether it was like Melanie Doggett, the 14-year-old. She's a part of the Nike Elite program, her and Cameron Dixon. And after Prefontaine a month ago, I got to go by there, and they had basically kind of like a cookout for the kids or whatever the case may be. And so me and TT Terry, we went over there and got to like basically, you know, just talk and, you know, give some insight and inspiration to, you know, where they are, and also helping them to understand like where you are is a privilege, you know, and understanding that the opportunity that you have, like you have to be able to make the most of it, but also in the same breath, you know, don't try to just rush to, you know, get to where we are. Like, obviously, we all comes from different walks of life. However, God has found a way and a reason and a purpose for all of us to be in the same vicinity of one another right now for a specific reason. So use those to the best of your ability, but then also to just have fun. Like, continue to have fun. Don't try to put too much on yourself. You know, don't try to raise the expectations so high, because at the end of the day, like, you're still a kid. You still have so much time. You still have so much room to grow. But just like the same thing I'm trying to do now at 25 is just be in the moment. So that was my main thing to them.
Oh yeah, for me it's the Maxwell twins. They're gonna be at UT, so I'm looking forward to training alongside them. But before they went to World Under-20s, I had the opportunity to do a few sessions with them. So far I'm really excited to just see where they go. I mean, they're very talented young people, and I'm really excited for their future. So, I mean, I'm, like I said, just excited to train alongside them.
I'm trying to bust them up. It's like, nah, I'm playing. But no, I don't really like talk to many. Melanie Doggett, Cameron, what's her name? Dixon? Yeah, all of those child anomalies. Yeah, I just like show them a lot of love on Instagram, you know, support them, because I know like when I was their age, I was looking to us, you know, so definitely giving them that motivation and support wherever it's needed.
How about the hurdlers? They were amazing.
Oh yeah, because he tied the world record. Yeah, that was crazy. I don't know him though, but Jacoby Tharp, seeing him break the world record. I mean, he's a pro now, but I was just watching him at NCAA's 2 months ago. So I was like, yo, 1275 is crazy. Like when I seen that, it just didn't even look right. So yeah, when I seen that, I was like, yeah, bro, do that again.
Hi, my question's for all of you. You guys all talked about the benefits of taking some time off of racing, but could you talk about the benefits of having kind of a shorter window between like your last race and now?
Oh, why everybody looking at me? Wait, I don't understand the question.
Like, the last time you raced, it wasn't that long ago. It was last week.
Oh, like
so,
how do...
Yeah, so it's like you guys were talking about like taking off 5 weeks and stuff, but the difference is with having like a shorter window now.
Yeah, so I actually, you know, for us now, I had to get adjusted to the professional circuit running one race, you got to be ready to hit right then and there. Like, you know, for us in college, we had 2 rounds in a day. We had multiple meets back to back, 3 weeks in a row. So with multiple races, but for us now, like, it's just one race, and I think that I'm used to it now. I actually enjoy it because you know where you're at. It makes the weeks go by way faster. It's just like checking them off the list, like, all right, let's go, let's get these races done. I enjoy it because I'm in shape. You know, I was training for 5 weeks. I was having a little bit of fun, but like I was locked in training. So it's really just fun to see like all the work just be displayed.
Yeah, I would say for me, competing so close to each other, it helps my body stay on top and stay sharp. Sometimes when I take a long time to get going again, my body has to get acclimated to just competing at a high level, and it just takes a long time. Like the 100, I need more repetition in that, and I think that competing on Sunday and then tomorrow, God's willing, it just helps my body get acclimated to that high level competition. So yeah.
And I would say for me, it's kind of like let's just see what we got. Like, I'm very much so like, okay, once we set a plan in place, like that is the plan. So I think mentally, like I know what it takes for me to go from racing and then having 5 weeks off to then having to jump back in to the deep end of the pool or the pond, whatever the case may be. But then also my mind also knows like when it's time to go from this place to 3 days later or 4 days later going to this place. I think mentally I've got a good grasp of that. I like to say all the time, people talk about it all the time about how, you know, your body and your mind needs to be in tune with one another. And I feel like when my mind isn't, my body is telling my mind, all right, get with the program. And then vice versa. Like my mind is telling my body, okay, get with the program. So I feel like for the most part, it's fine. Yeah.
Brilliant stuff. I'm just going to come quickly back to here now. With Weltklasse Zürich, it's going to be 100 meters. Obviously, we kind of know that. I'd be happy, personally, because I love the both of you, if there was a dead heat and it was 10:59. I'd be happy with that. Would you be happy with that?
I'd be really happy.
I would too.
Okay, let's.
We don't talk about time.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We're just. And Master, for you, of course, I'm wishing for plus 1.6, right? And I'll leave you to do you.
Thank you.
In that sense, but no, it's going to be a great competition. I think you're all looking forward to just competing again, head to head. You don't veer away from competing against each other, but I think everybody loves it and admires in that self. Are you kind of pleased that you can go head to head so often?
I think it benefits us. Especially in the 100, like a lot of times, you know, you see some other events, or especially when it comes to, well, I would say in years prior to, like you'd see a lot of the time, like where the men in the short sprints, like they'll wait until the end of the year to, you know, do the matchups and things like that. But the women have never been scared to just get on the line and run, right? Because at the end of the day, like we're going to have to see each other. And I feel like it helps, it benefits everyone, you know, if you get to see that person more often. You know the things that you need to work on, you know the things that, you know, you might be doing good, but it could be better, or things that you aren't doing so well, and it's a chance for you to better that as well. So I feel like it's very, very beneficial.
Do you agree with that?
Yeah, I would definitely agree. And I think also too, just speaking from a personal standpoint, is I also don't get that competition in practice as much as I should. So getting that early on in the season, it gives me a chance to work on something going into the last competition for the year.
Brilliant stuff. Well, I've had an incredible moment with some of the fastest women ever to live on this planet. So thank you for spending a bit of time with me. Wish you all the great success in Weltklasse Zürich, and most importantly, just enjoy the competition. So thanks for coming up and joining us, guys. Thank you very much. Thanks you, everybody. Before we go.